Hello my lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I greet you according to your time and the time you are seeing this video. We are still on the gist from the palace of Ooni of Ife. Allegedly we heard that the king's guard, Ooni of Ife's guard, that they arrested a certain man who have been spying Queen Naomi's mansion in Lekki. They said that Queen Naomi have moved back to her Lekki mansion because Prince Tadenika will have to start school, So they said the king, who have been finding every opportunity to spend time with Queen Naomi, decided to move back to his own mansion in Lekki too, because according to what we are hearing, they said the king also have a very gigantic mansion in Lekki. So the moment he hears that Queen Naomi have gone back to Lekki for Tade's school, he decided to move back to his own house in Lekki, because we do know that he has been looking for an opportunity to spend time, and he believes that going there will give him more opportunity to get to see Queen Naomi more often and all of that. And again, they said one of the reasons he also moved to that Lekki house is to go and have some rest and be free from all the gbas in the palace, because for what we are hearing, they said the women they have never ceased to give themselves gbas, thereby making the palace not to be peaceful, and the king has to deal with all of that. After all, he was the one that brought all of them together there, so he has to deal with it. But it has gotten to a point where he told himself, look man, you need rest and you need peace of mind, at least for some time, before coming back to these gbas women. So they said he went to Lekki, and there's this man that have been spying Queen Naomi's mansion in Lekki, and we do know that the king said that one of his major fear of taking drastic action against the women is because they might come after Queen Naomi and Prince Tadenika, because they work for most of those. There are some allies who works for these women, for the Olories in the palace, who are also spying Queen Naomi. Of course, it simply means that the king is aware of that, but the fact is it that he cannot do anything about it or anything. I don't just know. But one thing we should know is that all these Olories he married, they are powerful and they can do and undo. So, and this particular guy that used to spy the Queen Naomi's house happens to come on the day they said the king visited Queen Naomi's mansion in Lekki. Some said it's because the king must have tell one or two in the palace that he is going to Lekki. So that's why the guy was there for maybe one reason or the other. While others are saying maybe it's one of the Olories that sent this guy to be monitoring Queen Naomi and all of that. Then it happens that the guy visited the day the king visited. And we know that the king's guards, when they are going out of the palace, they don't dress in the uniform they used to use in the palace, so that when they are in their strategic points guarding the king and his movement, you will not notice all of them. They said when they are going on such mission, they will separate themselves, they will hide themselves in different directions, so that even if you see some with the king, you will not know that there are some behind or around to see if there's any case like that. So they say some of them who have been hanging around, some of the guards, we are monitoring this guy, and his movement was so suspicious that they have to catch him. And they said after interrogating him, they beat him, they interrogated him, and he was not telling them what they need to know, as in telling them who sent him and all of that. They said they handed him over to the police. Maybe they must have contacted the king, and the king, who may not want to take laws into his hands, then decided that he should be sent to police custody until he's ready to open up and let the public know who have sent him and who he is working for and his mission. Because we do know that for such a person to be doing that kind of a job, It's either that someone sent him or he is working on his own. But I believe, from my own reasoning, I will say that that type of a person is working for someone, and the person must be from the palace. Yes, because we do know that Queen Naomi is a public figure. Because some people will be asking, how did they know where Queen Naomi is living and all of that? We should know that Queen Naomi is a public figure. She is a big time celebrity. And you cannot tell me that when someone like Queen Naomi packed into a new estate or a new environment, people there will notice. They will, hey, even if she's coming out from her house, you will see people coming closer to take pictures with her. And being the type of a person she is, she's that one jovial person who always relates with everyone, irrespective of her class. So knowing her environment or her area is not too difficult, you know. And one thing we should know too is that all these Olories in the palace who sees her as their rival, they will always want to know everything about her. And this is one of the reasons they said the king have insisted, telling her to please relocate to Canada with Prince Tadenikawo, because he's afraid of these women attacking Queen Naomi. And the main problem here is that if they attack her, no one will know where they come from, you know. And because there are many, you don't know who is sending who and who is fighting who. So the king is just, according to what we are hearing allegedly, he said that his major fear is the Oloris' attack on Queen Naomi and Prince Tadenikawo. And that is why it's looking as if they are overpowering him. That is why it's looking as if he cannot do anything about the situation or force them to do what he wants them to do. That is because they said the kind of love he has for Queen Naomi and Prince Tadenikawo, he wouldn't want anyone to hurt them all because of him. So a lot of people have been saying that, you see that spy guy, that the guy must be working for one of the Olories or even the chiefs in the palace. Because one thing we don't know about some people, sometimes everyone will be pointing accusing finger on the Olories, whereas there are some council of chiefs who are working with the Olories for their own selfish interest. They might do such a thing, you know. I don't know, I'm just saying my mind though. I don't know what you think about it. But in all, don't forget that all these gist that we are sharing with you, they are all alleged information, okay? Because I do not live in the palace, so always bear that in mind, that in this channel we share alleged information. So my people, they say they have arrested the guy and handed him over to police. When the moment we hear about who sent him and his mission, I'm going to let you know, okay? Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Love you guys.